What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Sports-REUBEN-LIFE. I want to get into this game where both these teams didn't have really good records, but the 5-6 at the time Carolina Panthers played the Washington Redskins, who were 2-9, right? So you say to yourself, this game doesn't matter, but this is another good example. I want to talk about this game because, number one, you had something that was kind of interesting that happened here, is you have Adrian Peterson and their starting running back almost both ran for 100 yards. Guice and Peterson, they ran for 129 and 99 yards respectively. The Washington Redskins, the time of possession was even, but the rushing yards was 248 to 65, right? So you say to yourself, well, they should have won this game easily. No, the Washington Redskins were losing. They're supposed to lose this game on paper, right? They have a 2-9 record, and the Carolina Panthers are trying to get to 6-6, maybe try to squeak into the playoffs, right? And so what happened today, right? They played well. Although the Carolina Panthers, another takeaway is they were sacked 7 times, right? When you get sacked 7 times, those are drive stallers. Those are first down stallers. Those are everything. You lose the momentum of whatever you had. Now, the Washington Redskins, to their defense of being horrible, their quarterback got sacked 5 times, right? But that's the biggest takeaway is the rushing yards, right? That's how the Washington Redskins were able to come back. They were losing this game, right? For all intents and purposes, it seemed like status quo, right? So the biggest takeaway with this is the Carolina Panthers had 18 passing first downs to 8 of Washington, and this is a tale of 2 halves, right? So obviously they had the ball rolling. Whatever halftime adjustments were needed by the Washington Redskins, they did it. Coaching staff figured out what was going on there, and they got and they were able to come back and get the victory, right? So you think that 8 passing first downs for Washington to 18 for Carolina, you think that's a discrepancy. Look at this. Rushing first downs, 11 to only 2 by Carolina. That tells you that they were controlling the pace of the game, right? And so Carolina's yards per play were 3.8 versus 6.0. So those are the takeaways right there, right? And Carolina had 2 turnovers, so that's how you lose a game that you were winning. That's how you lose a game where you're passing very well and you cannot run the ball at all. A team comes back and just runs all over them, right? And so 248 to 65, that's a giant discrepancy. Adrian Peterson with 99 yards rushing. That guy's like 100 years old and he's still doing it. Kudos to him. And I hope he plays another year so he can rack up some more rushing yards. I want to see him maybe get to 1,000 yards or something. I don't know if he's going to play Washington again, but he's definitely still in the mix. When you run, I think it's 10 carries for 99 yards. That's good, man. That means he broke a long one and he had a couple good runs. So there's no really playoff significance in there. Carolina is kind of out of the playoffs now at 5-7, and Washington's been out of the playoffs for a long time. But the good takeaways, this is another example of what I'm talking about, is that you're rushing first downs. That dictates pacing, timing of your game, and you can control the outcome of the game a lot easier. Situational football, and it's another example. They did it. So 29-21, they got the victory. This whole week has been full of kind of upsets or games that they weren't supposed to win. Again, if you're a betting man, this is a rough week. You guys like my video? Like, subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.